This is a video about how I'm not making videos. No, I don't mean I'm never going to make a video ever again. I haven't started yet. That's kind of the problem. Because I keep finding excuse after excuse after excuse for why I can't start yet until I have this next thing that I found online to buy. And I'm buying, reasonably priced stuff. It's not expensive as such. And so I thought, well, okay, maybe I should show people what I'm getting on with, if you find it interesting, if you're trying to set up on a budget. In my head I've got an idea for what I want to do, and I haven't got very much space to do it in. Physical space, physical depth, physical width. I haven't got a big studio or anything, so everything I'm buying has to not only be on a budget, but it has to fit inside the space I've got. So my first idea, I thought, right, I need a green screen. You don't actually need a green screen, that's nonsense, but I wanted a green screen, that's the truth. So this is what I did. I got these, I got a couple of these actually. I'm cheating, this isn't in time order. There's actually a black screen behind me that I also bought. And what they are, they're these circles, can't quite get it all in the frame. They start off as a circle, but they're a bit like those pop-up tents. Very much like those pop-up tents, but they're darn sight harder to fold up. So I recommend watching a YouTube video, instruction video. I've already put the link in the description somewhere. Because, I mean, I was slightly embarrassed, really, to have to look up a tutorial video on how to fold these up. I thought, surely it's like those old car sunscreens you used to get that popped up. No. Much, much harder to do. So, it's like that, and you've just got to be, I'm going to stand back. You've got to be very careful, because this thing will engulf you if you're not careful. And it's probably going to knock my phone over. Oh, there we go. Right, so. Yeah, presto, pop-up green screen. So, in parallel with all that green screen shenanigans, I thought, well, I need some sort of camera. And actually, no, you can probably get away with a smartphone, but I thought, actually, this is silly. I don't need to buy a camera. I've got these things that I bought in Maplin's yonks ago. And Maplin used to be a shop you could go to, not just an online store. I miss going to Maplin. I got these HD camcorders that I bought, it must have been about 2010, 2011. These have been sat around for years doing absolutely nothing. And they're HD. That's the point. I'm not very often adopting technology early. I'm a very late adopter normally, but I've had HD camcorders since 2010 and not used them. So the only problem with this one was that the battery on it had gone. Oh, there it is. So with the internet being the way it is now, I actually managed to find a battery and got it going. And that's great. I've actually got two of these, and one looks very different to this, but they're the same thing. The HD camcorders that record onto, where is it? There you go. They just record onto an SD card. There were loads of different variants of these that came out all around about the same time. Just camcorders that recorded straight to flash card, SD card. This has got a decent picture, actually, but the sound on it was shocking. What I also found was that for some reason it's just really not a very wide angle lens at all, like really not. If I wanted to fit my whole face in the frame even, I had to put it about like 1.5 meters away. It was just ridiculous. And of course, because the sound was already shocking, that made the sound even more shocking. So I started thinking, well, maybe I can get some sort of tie clip microphone or something. So I started looking into those, and I found these ones that were really quite good online, and they were really cheap. They came with a nice little carry bag. They come with all these accessories. Look, you've got the little pop shield, and it was a couple of quid. Some adapters and the pop shield, and you got your tie clip microphone, your basic Lavalier type microphone, but yeah, really long lead as well, like 6 meter long lead. So I thought, well, that's going to stretch to where the camera has to be because of this stupidly narrow field of, well, it's not a field of view, but well, yeah, it is, I suppose. So yeah, I thought I'd plug that in, but of course, because that's a camcorder and these are designed for phones, that wouldn't work. But it actually comes with an adapter, so okay, you got the best of both worlds. If I need to use this tie clip mic with the phone, I've got the phone connector. By the way, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but this has got 4 connectors on it. It's called a TRRS plug because it's tip ring sleeve. So there's the tip, there's 2 rings and a sleeve. Whereas a standard headphone connector, if I put them up like that, they're both the same size, they're both the same diameter, they're both 3.5mm diameter jack plugs, but the headphone only has the 3 connectors, whereas the microphone for a mobile phone has 4. Now you can plug standard headphones into a mobile phone. It won't complain about that because it's designed to take that. It's the software understands, or something inside understands that you're just plugging in a standard headphone. But if you plug in a microphone for a phone, it really should be this connector. Of course, the problem is if you want to plug a Untitled microphone or another type of microphone into a camcorder, what you should really do is plug it in with a 3 connector, a standard. It's basically the same as a headphone jack, but it's a microphone jack. So that's the problem I had. And then the other problem was that for some strange reason I thought the old camcorder had a microphone input, and it don't. So well, that was for nothing really. Although I've still got it fusing on the phone. But when I tried it on the phone, it was very, very quiet. And I don't know if that's just this mic. I bought another one as well because they were so cheap. I bought another one as a backup. So I might get around to trying that at some point. But anyway, my mind moved on to other things, and I thought, right, this camcorder hasn't got a mic input. I wonder if I can find a cheap second-hand camcorder on eBay and that's actually got a mic input. So I specifically sought out certain makes of camera that I knew had an external microphone socket, and this was the result: a very reasonably priced JVC Vario, and it's HD. It's also HDD, as in it's got this is going to be confusing terminology now. So HD is the resolution of the camcorder. As you probably know, you've got HD TVs. You might be watching this in HD right now. But it's HDD, as in it's got a hard disk in it. And so that means it can store everything, all the footage on this, and you just download it over a USB. So that's quite handy. But the main thing about this, compared to other camcorders, some other camcorders, I should say, so some have mics, some don't, is that on the front here, try to clear that, is on the front here, angle it up, there's an external microphone socket. So what I did was I got my Untitled microphone, I put the adapter on it which comes with it, so again cheap and come with lots of accessories, so that's quite reasonable. So you've got your 4 connector TRRS jack, comes with a down converter, so it converts it in theory to 3 connector standard TRRS 1R connector, but the problem I found with that is I plugged it into the camcorder and it was making awful popping noises, and I thought, don't know if that's the camcorder, don't think so though, hope not, but I didn't know. So I just thought, well, what if the camcorder's perfectly good and me plugging this microphone in making all these awful popping sounds, and it was really quiet, and then the popping, I just thought, I don't know if I'm breaking the mic or the camcorder, but I'm unplugging this and forgetting this because it's just not great. So what I thought I needed to do then is that I needed to order another Untitled microphone. Of course, I needed another excuse for why I couldn't start making videos. It must be because I need another mic. And I found this, again reasonably priced online, a bit more expensive, but not too bad. But the price is starting to go up a bit now. It comes in this nice little case, which I liked. And it's not a carry case really. It's only 2 bits of plastic on top of each other, but it kept it secure in the post, so that was good. And what's different about this one, firstly, I thought, well, I need a way to test that it's not just an incompatibility with the connectors. This is a standard 3 connector TRS jack. The other thing that's different about this is that it's actually a stereo Lavalier microphone. I could have bought a standard mono microphone. This one's got 1 mic on it, It's not inferior, in fact, in some ways it's superior to have one mic, so you've just got one audio source. That's fine, but because I'd already spent some money on that, I just, on a couple of those, I thought, well, I don't want to buy another one of the same. And you never know. I thought, well, if it's a stereo microphone, it's not really clipped here, so it's not really, there's no real advantage to it being stereo, but I thought maybe it could have some noise reduction effects, as in, if some weird sound comes from one side and not the other, then when I'm editing, I can go through and just pan left, or pull the audio from the left and make it louder just for that one moment where there's weird pop sound. And of course, if I'm outside somewhere, then maybe I'll be able to do that as well. It comes with a pop shield. Downside of this, it's not so obvious really, but maybe I have to scrunch it up to show you. Lead on this is long enough, but not 6 meters long. So the problem, of course, was that the camcorder, this one is a lot better, and you can actually zoom in and out a lot better on it, a lot further, but it still needs to be a decent distance away, and so this cable is just about long enough, but it's sort of, if it's clipped onto me here, it's going down a bit, and then off camera it's kind of hanging like that to try and get to the camcorder. I won't do any harm doing that, it's just that it's a bit inconvenient, and maybe I'll get some weird shadows or something when it comes to lighting, which I'm going to talk about in a bit. So I thought, okay, what do I do about that then? Turns out the answer to that is very simple. You go to a nearby supermarket and get a cheap extension lead for, again, a couple of quid. This is just a standard 3.5mm jack to 3.5mm plug, the way around, jack, plug. And so that'll make up for the lack of lead on this. That's fine. Okay, so we're almost ready to go. We've got our tight clip microphone. We've got our audio extension lead. What we need next then, or rather what I want next, because I've got this zany idea in my head for how I want it to be and nothing else will do, is tackle, twist, tack. There you go. That was the best video out of them all. The video tutorial for this, not my video.